Okay, we cut the corner and we tap back those two ears there, and we put a screw jack in with a 4x4 so that we can control the spreading of this, and we were able to go ahead and jack it apart. Now we're going to relax this and start laying out to cut this back 2 inches. Okay, this thing is filthy from being kicked around the construction site there where it was stowed, because probably it was a lost cause and they had to make this correction. They didn't know how to do it. But we were asked to shorten this 2 inches. So I've just taken a piece of Scotch-Brite, just cleaning the dirt off, going with the same pattern so I don't disrupt their actual finish on here. But we want a nice clean area, and now we're going to go ahead and we have exactly 2-inch block spacers here, and we're going to go ahead and scribe out our finished line. And we'll be able to come in here with our plasma cutter by hand and plasma cut real close to that line, and then we're going to massage it with sanders, grinders, files, and everything else to get to that line, and that's how we're going to trim this back to duplicate this exact cutout. We're even going to try to put these 2 slots in here for those ears to go back in. Alright, I'm going to cut this out by hand, and I've set up the table, so I'm going to use my draft system for this. And one thing that's nice is I just change out the nozzle, and I have the use of my handheld torch here. And the ground clamp that I would normally do little plate work is handy here, so I don't have to go mess with the other end as well. And we're just going to find a nice spot under here to go ahead and get our ground. Alright, I've laid out a couple samples of that little slot. We're actually going to try to cut that little slot before we actually cut our shapes out, because we want to just have a little practice and check on our skills there. this is the first one out of the two, and you can see my scribe lines. Now you can see my cut. I'm not the smoothest guy in the world. I am pretty shaky. The older I get, the more shaky I get. But having the bright light and really getting down at the right angle, this line was the most crucial one right here that I wanted to make nice and smooth, both sides right here. But plenty of material, we can sand and grind that on down. Now we're going to take and cut our 245s that are here on the side with the hacksaw and our cut-off jig like we did when we cut these, and then we'll be guaranteed not to have any mistakes on our weld seam. Okay, we set it, turn it back around so we're over here in a nice working area where we can do grinding and our hand cutting and stuff like that. We've put the angle jig that we originally built to design and cut this original angle here, and it works so well that I'm going to go ahead and use it in our new position, and we're going to make that final hacksaw cut right across there. Then we'll have this one section removed. We can get in here and finish grinding and dressing the rest of this. There we go. There's 2 inches off of it, and we got the shape. Now we can go ahead and dress each one of these right to the scribe line, and the thing should snap right back together. I'll be damned. Looking good. We're just kind of doing a checkup here. Alright, nice and, I like to say that's nice and tight. We're not afraid of a gap to weld. We'll put some backing behind there, but we got a nice fit in around the base there. Alright, and here's the other side there. Backing, little weld right there. There's a nice joint fit right in here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get this fit in here. I'm going to take the screw jack and spread this till we get just where that fingers will clear on the one side. We got the other side already tucked in. And of course, this is stouter because we're a shorter distance now of at least 2 inches. almost there. Alright, bring it back in. There we go. Alright, we got the tangs through here now, and we're going to start doing a little bit of clamping in position. We want to snug that in as tight as we can so we eliminate all this air gap in here. Alright, and you can see we have a little bit of a gap here and up here on the top, but we have a lot of moving around to do before those are final. Alright, we got the first half of the first corner clamped up, and the reason why we're saying that is we went for this surface right in here where that tang is going to join, so that's flat. This center section is lined up with the center section on the joint inside here, and we've got this seam closed in now. We got a block of aluminum underneath there to create a heat draw, and our gap is a nice close fit now. So we're going to tack here and here. Alright, we put a block in here. We did this top one already here, but we put in this block, and we can reach inside here and support this. So this is all nice and rigid right here, because we're bending the tangs back off to the original position. Alright, that's home. That's it. Okay, our last bead here. Okay, we're done with all of our work, and we got to reassemble this trim that goes in here, and we know that these two here got to be trimmed down in length here, but I'm getting this one in here to hold this. We'll get this. Well, that wraps this door frame up, and I just want, how many actually thought cutting it straight across in this center section right here, taking out 2 inches and welding it back up would be the easiest way. And it was a little bit more work to get this shape, but it was so easy to put it back together. This would have been so easy to cut it, but it would have been nearly impossible to get it. And then you would have to really do some difference on changing out these pieces here. Well, that's my take on cutting corners, and I appreciate you dropping in and checking out my videos. Until next time, thank you.